So the people have told me, you know what, gardening's cool, fishing's cool, frogs are cool, but what about Bob? How's Bob doing? Well, I'm going to tell you about how Bob is doing. This little squirming bundle of irritated fur. And he wants out of my hand so bad right now, he can't stand it. We may have success here very soon. He's scratching and exhibiting like poop-like behavior. I'll be so happy if this cat will go to the bathroom. And then, look, I think it's going to happen. Bob has done well. He's made a wet spot in the kitty litter. Bob, you just take a bow. You did great, son. You did great. After a long day of helping me to film the Shed Wars fishing rodeo videos, Bob came home and took himself a nap. And now he's getting a very, very late night meal here. You know, something I learned is that I learned a couple of things, and let me first give a shout out to Mary isTulsaFox for giving me the tip about cats cutting themselves when you let them eat out of a can. So I fixed that, and so he won't be eating out of any more cans. He's just about through all of this as he's eating. But I also learned that while adult cats will have food, it's a good idea for them to have some food and water sitting there, especially if you're feeding them dry cat food. Cats get most of their water requirements from the food that they eat. And generally speaking, kittens especially get it through their milk or whatever. And this is wet cat food. If you've got a young cat, tiny little cat like this, get the wet cat food. The water content in this is about 75%. And that gives them all the water that they need. Like I said, later on, the adult cats will go for water in addition to whatever else you're giving them. So that's a good tip. And we have had our first poop now. I didn't get that on camera, which is just fine. I think I'm going to bronze that first little turd there, and maybe that'll be one of the fishing rodeo top prizes there. A little bronze, little kitty treat. Oh, or maybe I can find a private buyer for it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Old Bob here reminds me of the game Hungry Hippos. Did y'all remember seeing that? He's just going to town here and getting quite messy. He's going to have a bath. Well, it's finally had to happen. Mr. Bob has had has had his first bath, and he is not liking it at all. He's not. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. I'm trying to get him all dried out now and get him warmed back up, but he's on my belly now, trying to get close to Dad and the warmth here. So there's the invisible Bob. These are the cleanest, cutest little beans that you've ever seen. Who says I don't do gardening, talk about gardening stuff? Look at those beans. And that is a very sleepy, very soft, very warm kitty. Very sleepy kitty. Bob's first couple of nights, he bedded down in that there bucket right there until I figured out what I was going to do here. And then after that, he moved up to an old parakeet cage, and that fit him okay for overnight use, but it's not enough room, and we got poopy in there, and I needed something that's bigger. So you'll see that shopping trip or part of that in just a few minutes, because I've got to keep Bob, that tiny little ball of fur, away from the bigger ball of fur, which is my dog. And we're all in the same house together, in the same little small house. And my dog has a thing against cats. And although she can be gentle, I don't want to take the chance of instinct kicking in and her making a very tragic mistake with little Bob there. So anyhow, the next clip's going to be us shopping for Bob's new house. So now I'm in this cute and fluffy world here. So is Bob. What do you think, Bob? You having fun? Your new home, or at least indoor home. Blue. Got you a blue bowl. Let's see if there's any of the rest of this overly commercialized stuff that we might want to get. I'm thinking no. Okay. Well, Bob and I have taken us a little bit of a side trip today. We're out here on the country roads of my local area here, and you see we've got these fresh new banisters there to keep people from going off in the ravine below the river. But you know, as long as you stay in between the trees and everything, it's good. If not, well, maybe you better hope that there's a convenient and helpful tree to help you stop your progress toward the river. So that's a safety tip from me and Bob. You know, stay on the road. So why did I come out here? Where am I? Well, I'm in one of the biggest sandboxes in my neighborhood. You have to go a long way to find a bigger sandbox. That would be on the beach. But this is a favorite with a lot of the locals. I've been here a few times. It's the river. Yep. And swan-covered bridge. I'll show you more about that in an upcoming video. But right now, little Bob needs to start doing some scratching and not nibbling at the sand, right? You take a poopy, Bob. Well, Bob and I are out here on somewhat of a natural shopping trip. There's a rather loud truck here, and it's scaring the dickens out of Bob. He don't know what to do. Just wanted to give y'all a look. Now what looks like sunlight through there is actually a cliff face. Let's put Bob down on this rock. Don't get in the water, Bob. See that cliff right there? Can you see it? That washed out area is actually all cliff. But there are some beautiful stones out here, beautiful rapids. It's a great place to come during the summertime. A lot of people do, they go swimming. And hopefully Bob will not go swimming. Oh, lots of little periwinkles in the water. But I guess this is probably a good time for us to just go back to the house and let Bob's big day end right here. And what you're seeing here is a very floofy, very clean Bob on the next day after his bath. The power of that fur is incredible. You know, I went and had to, if he's going to be the next co-star here, I had to go out and insure his fur for $50,000. Bless his heart. Say bye, Bob. Say bye. Okay. Bob says bye. Y'all be good.